So this is my thesis for the day. This is my talk. I'm going to be giving these quite often. I'm going to do them live on stream, and I'm going to upload them later to my second YouTube channel, MayorFPS. So what I want to talk about today is I believe that Apex Legends is in a really weird spot. A very important and critical spot. Apex is still, at this very moment, the #1 Battle Royale game. It is December 6, 2021. Apex arguably had its most successful year ever. A lot of Warzone streamers quit the game and moved over to Apex. You know, we've got our fourth map in Stormpoint. Ash is in the game. Arena was added to the game this year. For a lot of reasons, Apex has become the #1 Battle Royale and biggest BR out there. But at the same time, there's new competition from virtually everywhere within BR genre, outside of BR genre, and shooters. You've got Halo Infinite taking over everywhere. You've got Call of Duty Vanguard. There's a new Call of Duty Warzone update coming in 2 days. Fortnite Chapter 3 just launched. Valorant is bigger than ever. It's just going to continue to grow. So there's a lot of competition. Super People, the new Battle Royale, it's coming out there. There's a lot of new stuff coming out and more competition for players like this very month. And Apex, it just launched Stormpoint, its fourth map, about a month ago. It launched Ash, but things are in a weird spot for Respawn and for Apex. Stormpoint, I feel like it's a fine map. It's a decent map, but people aren't enthralled by it. I don't hear anybody saying, man, I absolutely loved, like, I don't hear Stormpoint fans, right? Like, there are legit fans of Kings Canyon. There's a lot of people that hate Kings Canyon too, but there's legit fans. There's a lot of fans of World's Edge. There's a lot of people that don't like World's Edge, but there's fans of those two maps. Stormpoint, I don't really hear a lot of fans of it. I feel like Stormpoint was more designed for like esports and the pro scene, and I think it's a fine map. I think it's a good map. I think it successfully changed the meta, but I don't hear a lot of people taken away by Stormpoint or by Ash, by the way. And then there's Paragon, who says Skulltown all the way. I'm with you, dude. But Apex is in a weird place. A lot of competition and not a lot of amazing content coming out of Apex right now. Their next event that they just rolled out is it's pirate themed in the right before Christmas, and not a lot of people excited about that. Their next heirloom, the Watson one, is arguably the most disappointing heirloom that we've had yet for a character that desperately needed a very good heirloom to try to help people play that character, who's really good but underplayed. So Apex has had this month, it's had its lowest player count on Steam, at least, since April of this year. So basically since the game hit its peak and really started growing even more than it already had, which by all measures, Apex has been a big game for years. But it is declining in player population, which is natural because you can't stay the king forever and be the king all the time because other games are going to come out. Lots of competition all of a sudden. But on top of all that, several key people at Respawn have suddenly left the company for various reasons or been moved to other projects. So Vince Campella, the father of Respawn, he's still at Respawn, but he's been put in charge of the Battlefield franchise. So he's doing double duty, which means he's going to really be split. He's not going to be able to put as much time into Apex and Titanfall and Respawn if he's also overseeing Battlefield, right? Jason McCord, I believe that's his name, the design director of Apex Legends, recently left the company. Big deal. Game design is important. That's one of the most important things. If you're the design director, you're behind, you know, all the map design, the gameplay design, the character design. You oversee all of those things. So when your design director leaves, that's a big deal. They had another director leave this past week, and his name is escaping me, unfortunately. I'm trying to look it up right now. their head of communications, I think his name is Ryan Wrigley, the game director and the design director of Apex Legends, both left this past week. The communications director, Ryan Wrigley, I think that was his title technically, I could be mistaken, he left. So he was the voice of Apex Legends to the community. He has now left. So a lot of the leadership at Respawn is suddenly gone, and some of that's natural. People move on to different projects. Respawn's been around for 11 years now, so some people do, they just want to do something else. But with all that said, with Apex kind of experiencing a moment of weakness in a way, I don't feel like they're putting out their best content right now. Not horrible stuff, but just not super exciting given the competition. Like you said, new Battlefield, new Halo, new Fortnite, new COD. I'm not saying it's dying. What I want to talk about in this video is what I think Apex needs to do in this part of the stream, whatever you want to call it. What I think Apex needs to do to really maintain its spot as the top battle royale, because right now it is, no doubt about it. Warzone has fallen. Fortnite's obviously still huge. Warzone's obviously still huge. But I think for the last 6 months or so, it's been undisputed Apex is the best battle royale. And in order for it to stay there and to not get knocked off by other shooters like Halo or the Warzone update or Fortnite's update in the next 3 to 4 months, 6 to 12 months, this is what it needs to do. So here's my reasons. Here's the things I think Apex needs to do. Some of these things are works in progress by them, supposedly. But in my opinion, Respawn has, and EA, I blame EA for most of this stuff, because EA has not invested in Respawn the way that they should. They have not invested in Apex the way that they should. If you look at the way Epic has invested in Fortnite, if you look at the way Activision has invested in Warzone, EA has not done the same for Apex. I don't feel that they are pumping the amount of money and resources into Apex as other companies are pumping into their shooters, and it shows. Apex has the best gameplay without a doubt, but it's these other things that get attention. You got to have that core gameplay structure, which is Apex's strength, but all these other things are important to building hype and giving players new reasons to play and come back and things to unlock. So without further ado, here's my list of things that Apex Legends needs to do to stay king of the battle royale genre and keep growing and exciting players and keep its players entertained. First one, better events. Also, more frequent events. So Respawn has always been pretty inconsistent on how often events occur, and a lot of the events are frankly pretty disappointing. They do these collection events, which are okay. Some of them are better than others. It's better than nothing, but all those events really are. Like this pirate one this week, like I watched that trailer and I was not excited at all. I don't like pirate things. Again, a pirate event coming out in December doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It was tied in with Winter Express. Winter Express, by the way, is one of their best LTMs that they've ever done, but I feel like the LTMs that Apex does, that Respawn does, they're never crazy hits. Like I feel like they could do so much better with their events. They got to do things that really shake up the game and get people talking more, get more experimental. Like let's do a arena playlist where everybody just gets Kravers. There's something crazy like that. Everybody just gets shotguns only. So you got a Kraber only arena list for a week, not a ranked one, just a fun LTM playlist. Just for arenas. Do one where everybody just gets the wingman. Do something like that. Everyone just gets the bow. Just all sorts of crazy modes. It also allows people to use different guns that they don't always get to use and practice with the Kraber, because when you get the Kraber, you might go like a week without even playing with the Kraber and not get a lot of practice with it. So that will help players as well. You could just jump in for an hour or two and just play just that and have fun. And you might not play all week or all month, but it seems like a pretty easy thing to put together because it doesn't involve new content. It's just a shakeup. Also, Iron Crown was probably one of my favorite events they ever did, the solo mode. They've constantly said that they're scared of doing this a permanent solo mode. Okay, that's fine, bring back the solo mode as an LTM just for fun. And I think they're obsessed with the team play part of Apex. They say that Apex is a team game. At a high level, I would agree. For most people, it's probably not. Most people are Octane, stimming straight into the fight by themselves and killing everybody or dying instantly and leaving their teammates behind. To just let people have fun. Let us play solos. Yes, you know, engaging a Gibby who's a solo in a long range battle in a team fight is different than engaging you know, a Gibby. You know, it's gonna cause weird balance issues, and that's fine, because then people will be forced to, in a solo mode to say, why do I keep losing to Gibraltar? Why do I keep losing to Pathfinder? Well, it's because they have this ability and you're not playing against it right. And it's not supposed to be super balanced. Like, there are some legends that have abilities that are meant to support the team, and those legends might not be as strong in the solo mode, and that's okay, because a solo mode can just be an LTM for people to try out from time to time. Not everything needs to be hyper balanced and esports ready. Fortnite certainly puts stuff in the game that is not super balanced. We had airplanes and hamster balls and crap, right? But it was still in there as LTMs or a limited time thing just for people to have fun with, and it gets people talking. I think Respawn needs to do more type of experimental stuff just to let us have fun and try new things and see what sticks and bring those events back, because almost all of the LTMs that they do are not, they're not super fun. I mean, sit here and think about what's your favorite you know, LTM. Most people probably say Winter Express, and Winter Express is a pretty good one, but like their Halloween modes that they do, not great. Like Ring Always Moving, it's okay, you know, nothing amazing. How about those like healing zones that they did, where you had to be in one of those zones to heal? It was okay, nothing crazy. It's just like a basic variant of the game. It's nothing like insanely fun. So I think they need to turn the fun factor up for their events. And speaking of events, I think they should be able to have at least a monthly event, but I really don't see why they couldn't have some type of weekly LTM playlist based on, just like I said, the arena stuff. Have an arena playlist with just Krabers. Have an arena playlist with just you know, whatever, old weapons from you know, all arena, or you know, everybody gets a P2020 with hammer point, Mozambique with hammer point, something like that. Like, use that content, use that stuff, you know. I don't see a reason why they can't just put at least a weekly, at the very least a monthly event. But I think they could pull off weekly if they really wanted to. And EA should give Respawn the resources to do that. There needs to be, Call of Duty has, this is no joke, 8 studios working on it. 8 studios developing Call of Duty games. You know, Apex does have some support now. They have Respawn, the base developer. They've expanded, but, and I believe there's also a studio in Toronto helping with Apex now. And I also believe that I'm sure that they've contracted out some help on skins and stuff, but still, EA needs to give Respawn more resources to do this stuff and actually make more content for the game. Paragon just said it in chat. They also need better items to obtain in game. I 100% agree that I think that Apex has a lot of good skins, but if you compare it to the other games that are out there, the other big games, primarily Call of Duty Warzone and Fortnite, their cosmetics are nowhere close to as exciting as those games. Activision with Warzone and Epic with Fortnite have gone all out on investing in collaborations and building on fandoms and bringing those people into the game. If you look at Fortnite, you've got the Marvel characters, you've got DC characters, you've got The Rock, you've got John Wick, you've got the Stonks guy, you've got Master Chief, you got Kratos from God of War, you have the Gears of War characters in there now. There's so many characters in Fortnite. And on the Warzone side, you've got Rambo, you've got Bruce Willis, you've got the dude from Scream. You know, they've really they're going all in on these collaborations. And when you do these collaborations, if you're a fan of one of these universes, like you literally feel the need to go play that game and use that skin. Like even if you don't play the game, I don't even play Fortnite, and I bought the Master Chief skin because I'm a huge Halo fan. Like I had to. Like I had to when I saw it. So, you know, and then you've got Apex, which is coming up on its third anniversary, right? It came out in 2019, and the only real collaboration they did was with a merch company that nobody had ever heard of, and it just, the desire to collaborate with Apex Legends, I guarantee, is there. Brands would collaborate with Apex Legends. Apex is a huge game. It's been one of the biggest games of this year. You can't tell me that there aren't brands that want to collab with Apex to promote their, you know, there's an energy drink with Apex Legends on the can out there right now. You know, the esports orgs that are the ALGS. Halo Infinite just launched with all of their esports teams having skins in the game on day one. Let's, for example, Sentinels. There's a Sentinels skin in Halo day one. The ALGS has existed for years, and they don't have their own skins in the game. Fans of all those teams would want to buy their cosmetics, but they're not there. And if it's for some lore reason, I would say don't worry about it. Stop worrying about that stuff, because to be frank, the story of Apex Legends isn't that great. It's okay, but it's not that great. The Titanfall universe is awesome, but this actual story of Apex isn't anything. The cinematics they do and stuff like that is fine. It's all well and good, but it's not anything to hold yourself back from selling skins for. And again, the reason you sell those skins, the reason you do those collaborations, is to bring other players who are fans of those brands into the game and excite people and spend money on the game. Apex is $1 billion brand now, confirmed. $1 billion a year as being spent on Apex Legends. Invest some of that money back into the game. Build more of these collaborations and do more of these, I don't want to say brand deals, but you know, why aren't there a Matrix promotion? Why for the new Matrix movie? Why don't we have pick any of them? You know, like just do it. Just do it. Other things that Apex needs to do, speaking of collaborations and supporting your affiliates, stuff affiliated with your brand or with your game, creator codes. Apex Legends does still not have creator codes. Fortnite has had creator codes forever. Other games have creator codes. Splitgate has creator codes. A lot of mobile games have creator codes. Apex has been out for 3 years and has a ton of prominent creators. They still don't have it. And if you're not familiar with what creator codes are, mine is Mayor in Fortnite, by the way. Also good on G Fuel and Bullstrap to get you guys discounts. It's basically a code that players of the game can use to either support their favorite creator when they make purchases, or get to be Mr. Lee, that's a good point. Just either support their favorite creator, or you know, some, I don't know of any games that actually give a discount on in-game purchases with a code, but you could do it on merch. Use a creator code to get a discount on merch. I've never really seen a lot of Apex Legends merch. I know there is a lot of it, but I don't see anybody really rocking or getting excited for Apex Legends merch. I would say that's another thing that they could do. I'm not going to really put that on the list, but if you go look at the Apex Legends merch that's out there, it's not all that exciting. It's fine, not all that exciting. But creator codes absolutely should be a thing, because what this does is this gives streamers, a very important part of every big game success these days, more of a reason to continue playing their game, and that being Apex Legends. Because if they go play a different game that doesn't have their creator code in it, they're not promoting their code as much, and they have a personal stake in playing that game. Because the more they promote that game, the more people use their code in that game, the more money they make. So if you're gonna go play Call of Duty where you don't have a creator code, for example, but you have one in Apex, you're gonna think twice about it. Because as a creator, you want to keep promoting Apex. You want, because you stand to make money from it. Your code, when people use it, see you playing Apex and they use your code, you personally profit. There's no reason after 3 years for Apex not to have a creator code system of some kind. Not saying every single creator deserves a code. You got to have some, you know, like Epic has a program, I believe, where you have to have a certain number of followers to earn the code and so on, and that's fine. Apex can implement that, but they got to have some system in place. There's no reason for them not to. Cross progression, another very simple one. Virtually every AAA game out there these days has cross progression. Call of Duty Warzone, not just cross play, but cross progression, where your skins and stuff experience carryover from Xbox to PlayStation to PC, whatever. Call of Duty Warzone has it. Fortnite has it. Splitgate has it. Splitgate's an indie game. Splitgate has it. I think Rogue Company has it. Much smaller game. Has it. Paladins, I think, has it. Cowboy, get away from that. Sorry, my dog's near my power strip and he's scaring me. I lost my train of thought. I was doing so good with my pacing there, and the Cowboy just scared me. I also forgot to record this video, so I'll have to go back and edit it later. That's okay. But yeah, cross progression. And they initially said that they could never do this, that it was going to be impossible. I never bought that, because now they came out and said they're working on it. But it's been forever. And I just don't think there's a reason in 2021 for a game as big as Apex to not have cross progression. They need to add this in 2022. 100% needs to happen. The other thing is the mobile version of the game. I've heard mobile is a huge market for games. It's the biggest market for games. It's not PC, it's not Xbox, it's not PlayStation, it's not Switch, it's mobile. The mobile version of Apex has been in development at Tencent, a whole separate company, for quite a while now. And I don't, Tencent is known for churning out games on mobile very quickly. And I of course, I want the game to be good. I do want them to take their time with it and get it right. I want to be the first Apex Predator on the mobile version of Apex. Let's do it. But again, tapping into that market on mobile is huge for the Apex brand. Huge. And we're now 3 years in and we don't have the mobile version of Apex. You know, Fortnite's been on mobile for a long time. Warzone, well, Call of Duty Mobile is out there, building the Call of Duty name. Again, another revenue source as well. You're talking about making more money so you can invest it back in your brand. They're gonna make oodles of money off Apex when it hits mobile. It's the biggest platform, especially internationally, not just in America, but in like Asian markets. It's huge. They're gonna get such an influx of players from the mobile platform, and we still don't have it. Almost 3 years in, this game's been making how much money for this long, and it's still not out. So all of these things, this is what I feel Apex needs to get in the next 12 months to really continue, on top of just good content, right? We're gonna get another map in another year. We're gonna get new legends, new seasons, new weapons, and I think that Apex does a fair job at that stuff. I think I think their schedule of releasing seasons and new content is fine. As far as, okay, one new legend per season, one new gun per season, and one new map per year. That's fine. That's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We know that there's the Nemesis burst rifle coming out. There's a cryo grenade out there. There is a light ammo, light machine gun out there. We're probably going to see that stuff in 2022. All that stuff will be fine. One new season every 3 months, one new map every year. That's fine. Their gameplay is all well and good. It's the other logistical things and hype cycle things and accessibility that they need to step up. And I think if they do that, if they do better events, If they do collaborations, more frequent events, better cosmetics, when I say that, I mean actual promotions, cross progression, creator codes, and get that mobile version out in 2022. All those things, I think Apex Legends will be able to maintain its position as the top battle royale in 2022. If they don't, then maybe they're vulnerable. Maybe Warzone or Fortnite can kind of retake that crown from them. But if they do those things, I feel like that's how they're going to maintain the momentum with all the content, along with all the content that they do release, the new characters, the new maps, and all those things. So, thanks for listening to my Apex Legends talk today. This is going to be on YouTube later, no matter where you watch it. Let me know. You guys are already saying it in chat on Twitch. Let me know what you want to see from Apex in 2022 and going forward. I also want to see Titanfall 3, but I don't think we're ever going to see that, unfortunately. I can also mention this. I'll mention this. This is one more thing that's been data mined. Spoilers. There's a new team deathmatch mode that has been data mined within Apex Legends. It's basically, I heard it's 6v6. I don't know if I just froze right there because I opened something. My bitrate went to crap, I think. But there's a 6v6 mode that's been data mined in Apex, like an actual respawn mode, like more like traditional, you know, Call of Duty, Halo, arena style game. So I expect that in 2022. I hope that comes out because, again, different pace of game for players, better pricing. That could be true. Their skin pricing. I mean, Halo's getting hit with that same complaint right now. So we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell for sure.